Big Chief Robe has got the hang to. Oh, hey! I didn't see you guys there. Caught me in the middle of studying for another episode of our Dragon's Demand run-through. It is I, your trusted GM Brian, welcoming you once again to our digital rage room. You know, right now I know that the hard slingers are pretty excited about knowing they're probably getting pretty close to the end of the Blood Vow lair. But you know what? They got to have patience, because who knows who's going to make it to the end. I actually have high hopes that we might make it, might thin out those ranks just a little. Of course, I don't know. We got some pretty intelligent PCs there, don't we? Anyways, you know, if everybody out there, if you guys are liking the show, and I hope that every one of you are, then please don't hesitate to subscribe to our show. You can find us on YouTube at Roll20. Just click that little bell and click the notifications so you never miss another one of our episodes. Subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, any one of those podcast apps that you see out there, or that you listen to, I should say, you got Apple Podcasts, Google, Amazon Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart Radio, and all the other third world nation podcast apps. Click that 5-star rating and review and let us know that you're digging the show. Remember, it really helps with the analytics. If you have anything that you'd like to write into the show, remember, rolledhard20podcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Hell, I'll even read your message on the show, and I'll give you a shout out too. Don't forget, if you want to really help out the show, head on over to patreon.com/rolledhard20podcast. For as little as $1, you too can help out the show, help keep the lights on, help keep the lightning from striking the house, hitting all the peripheral residences all around the digital rage room. Hopefully that means something. I really don't know if it's going to stop the lightning. The lightning just keeps coming down. Anyways, I don't want to waste any more of your time, because I know that you guys are excited about listening to another one of these episodes. So, without any further delay, warm up your dice and top off your glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 26 of our Dragon's Demand run-through, The Servant of Vapula.
Single point, and why does the other one have 2 points on it? Why?
Canadian and Mexican and American. It just depends on where they're built.
Oh, really?
Sometimes.
He's fucking with you.
Well, I don't know,
Man.
man.
Hey, I was gonna just give him, some closure on it, and just he would have been happy.
My God.
No?
I said it with confidence.
Since we're talking about light bulbs, I love like the light bulb that goes on over Brian's head saying this is when we should have been recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to see where it was going first, and I was like, we'll see where it goes.
I'll give you one for the recording. So my wife was out of town Saturday through Monday. And
should we be recording?
So we just got a new Sleep Number bed. Okay.
What's your number?
69.
Knew where I was going with it.
Basically, you fold yourself over yourself.
So yeah, tossing my own salad. So we got this new Sleep Number bed, and my wife tonight, she goes, was there somebody else in the bed Saturday night? Because we have the one that it takes all your biometrics. It tells you if you've been turning, tossing, anything. It's got all that shit.
If you've been bad.
So she says to me, she goes, who was in the bed from 2:15 in the morning till 5:30 Sunday morning?
Jesus. Has
I'm
it got a
like,
ring on that bed or what?
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody does. Nobody was in the bed.
They only weighed 120 pounds. What the hell?
Yeah. So I told her, I go, well, you know what? I have camera evidence that I was the only one here with our daughter, in the house, that nobody else. So I don't know why.
That camera's not in the bedroom, is it?
No, it's not. No. It faces the front door.
You need to fix that. We need a camera there.
But I'm like, it was the weirdest thing. Is it?
And we circle back to the OnlyFans stream.
Putting the camera over the bed.
It goes from only, you just change the LY to 1. So 1 fans. It's just me, my own subscriber.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing that the bed picked up like somebody was laying on that side of the bed.
Dude, that's
Man.
creepy. It's a ghost.
I'll be blessing the house at that moment.
It's probably a fucking Wendigo.
Who you
And it
gonna
even
call?
showed, and it even showed on the app, it showed like resting, and then a couple times restless, because it shows different colors of being restless.
So
Like,
something
that's
was restless in bed with
Holy-
you?
yes, next to me. Yeah. It was
Dude.
weird.
Were
That's
you
creepy.
were you
Ghost handy.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, were you getting a little personal with Slimer there?
Yeah. It's like, didn't they have that in a Scary Movie where that guy was getting a blowjob under the covers or something?
I don't know. I don't watch those kinds of.
You never
I
watched
I
Scary
think
Movie?
something like that. Or I remember the one chick was getting banged by a ghost, and like he like rips
Oh.
the sheets off of her, and she's like looks at her underwear, and it says like Wednesday, and it's like Saturday or Friday or something. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
that's
no,
it.
no.
So yeah, that was weird with the
Totally
sleep.
over my head.
But why?
Right?
So back to the Toyota, why are there two different bulbs?
One's for a brake light and running light, and the other one's for a parking light.
I get that, but why are they two different bases? Why are there two different metal bases?
Because one bulb has a different utility. Like one bulb has two utilities, and the other one only has one. So it'll light both those filaments during different times.
Perfect. Thank you. I couldn't understand why, but you just explained it. Thank you.
You know
It's
he's
like-
lying to you, right?
No, I'm not.
I mean, it sounds certainly plausible to me. Of course, I know probably about a third of what Chris knows about cars, and I'm not even going to compare that to what like you and Brian know about cars, and who even knows what Nick knows about cars.
Nothing.
See, no more eggheads.
Jack shit.
Done. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
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 That'll
I
be
got
good.
home from work and I fell over onto my bed.
So we're ready to play some D&D.
As we
In-
Slowly, gradually,
In D.
work our way in to the Pathfinder system. You guys ready for that? You guys excited for that?
A little nervous, but excited.
Yeah, I'm a little
I
nervous.
know I'm gonna botch up some
Excited
stuff.
is a word, yes.
You know what though? It's going to be a learning curve for us all. We'll have a good time with it though. I mean, I'm not going to poke fun at anybody, and I hope nobody pokes fun at me for totally just snafuing the fuck out of the rules. But yeah, I'm excited about doing it. Excited
I
about
like the
actually.
change.
What?
I like the change.
Oh, I do too. And Ryan's got some good ideas that we've been talking about. Going to keep that 5e love alive. So we'll figure out what we're going to do here, and we'll announce it to all our fellow slingers out there. Speaking of which, are we ready to rock?
Let's roll some dice.
All right, let's do this shit, yo. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted game master, Brian, and with me, my hard slingers.
Yeah.
I really thought you were gonna say something else.
Sound off, worms.
Oh, please.
What's up?
Oh,
You all know
there
who
you
you, man.
go. Episode 26. 26, guys.
We're all grown up now.
Yeah. Get out of the house.
We can't be on our parents' insurance anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That is.
We were just talking about that today at work. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier when I did the intro for 25 and everything. I was thinking, as we're moving through this AP, I mean, we still got some ways to go, but it's kind of nice to actually see that we're managing to get through it and keep going through it. That's always been my fear. I didn't want it to kind of die off or anything. I wanted to keep it going strong without us losing momentum and like thinking, oh, let's try something else. Let's try a different AP. No, we're doing it from start to finish. Unfortunately, I was, in fact, something popped up in my Facebook feed from like years ago, and it had like Koosh and Eric and Nick. You were in there too. Junior, you were in there. And it was for the, I think it was the beginning of Hidden Shrine of Tomoacon. And it just got me thinking about Carrion Crown and how we got through the whole first book. And then because of COVID and everything else, we weren't able to get too far into book 2 before we had to start doing this via Zoom and everything. And it just kind of really bummed me out that we weren't able to pull that together before everything went sideways. But I want to make sure that anything that we undertake, that we see it through to the end.
Absolutely.
Because we owe it to the listeners. We owe it to ourselves too. Got to see things through.
Mhm.
So when
Good
we
name on
last, what's that?
Good. Say we got our name on it.
Yeah, take some fucking pride. Ask Wes. He'll take care of it. So when we last left off, you guys had gone into this tunnel, basically this cavern, whatever, and you saw when it opened up that at the far end of this larger cavern, there was a rope hanging down from the ceiling into a hole in the ground. I think you guys had all gone towards it, looked down in there and saw that it extended about 20 feet or so down to another sub-level. And that is where we will pick up. By the way, what is everybody's marching order?
Flint was up in the front at the
You
moment.
were, and Stubby was right behind you, but I don't know if you want to remain there.
I'm going to be on his back because I can't see shit going down that rope.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't descended into it, so
Warren,
I predict that when we make the move to like Pathfinder, all of a sudden Stabby is gonna like rip his mask off and be a goblin, because goblins can actually see in the dark.
he's been playing us this whole time.
Right?
well, there might come a point in time where he just might have to go to the old character creator. So
Perhaps.
let's just see how this goes.
Yep.
I mean, it's anybody's guess who's going to be tasting dirt. So, Warren, are you after Stubby?
I believe I am. I think
Okay.
Sirkin was
Right behind that, and then Nighttail was bringing up the backside.
Yep.
yes.
So, Flint, do you want to make your way down this rope, or what do you want to do?
Only after putting on his climbing gear, and
That's right. Yeah.
he's gonna throw on those cleats and make his way down. Stibby, you said you were gonna be jumping on my back again.
Yep, I'm Yoda today.
You're Yoda.
You know, I want to take a time out for a moment. As I listened to the playback of last week's session, and listening to what Warren did with that cantrip.
Oh,
There you go. Gold doubloon, Warren.
Thank you,
Mark
sir.
mark it down.
Mhm.
That was. I still can't get over that. That was awesome.
I mean,
It was so
It was-
pedestrian.
Yeah.
just like
Otherwise, we would have been in
Yeah.
a serious firestorm.
I was waiting. I hate to take us out of the element here, but I was waiting to see how you guys were going to see in the dark, and I knew Stibby would probably have the greatest adversity to it. And when you lit that candle, I was like, "Oh, this is so fucking good." And then you got nauseous, and then you dropped it. I was like, "Oh, this is sweet." And here comes Warren.
and
Just,
then I crushed your spirit.
well, I was excited to see it. Well done. Okay, Flint, why don't you and Yoda describe for me your descent? Do you have to roll for that, or
I
How did
think
we
it
do
just
it last time?
prevents me from falling. Let me pull up the information. Sorry, I think we did it because it was less than 30 feet, or it was 30 feet. I think I cannot fall.
That's right. That's what it was. Okay, so you jump on his back and you start shinnying down. You guys touch the
Just start
floor.
repelling. At the base of the floor, I would be the only one to see. Do you want me to roll perception to see what's around at the bottom level?
No, you have dark vision. I'm going to describe it right now. This 5 foot wide hole, this jagged hole, deposits you into an empty cave. It's 10 feet by 20 feet. So 10 feet to the north, 20 feet from east to west. And it appears that there's only one path to take. And it's a 4 foot wide tunnel in the northwest.
Hmm.
And it's very dim in there.
And this is what Flint is seeing at the bottom of the rope.
This is what he's seen down in that room.
Okay.
I'll look up and yell out the hole. Looks clear for now. There's a passage on the northeast end. I'll see if hopefully I'll be able to catch anyone that falls.
Cash you outside?
Catch you outside.
Warren will attempt to not be completely ungraceful as he descends.
All right, make your athletics check, please.
Because, this can't possibly go wrong. Oh, hey, 14.
Okay, you managed to make your way down this rope.
Mm-hmm.
You're good to go. Sirkin.
Sirkin will try to follow suit and just try to make it down the rope as safely as he possibly can. And that is a 16.
16. You managed to make it down as well. Nightail looks down, a little concerned. Do you all really need me down there?
Meow.
Well, did you want to try to liberate your tribe?
It would be
Were
a
you-
good idea. I guess I'll give it the old college try.
I will hold the bottom of the rope still so that it swings as little as possible as he comes down.
Okay, and as you hold it still, you see him grab the rope and slip. Ooh. As he plummets down to the ground, taking damage.
Can I try to interrupt that fall?
With your body?
You'll be
I'm
taking
going-
some damage if you do.
I mean, yeah, but he's helped us.
Okay, make a dex
I
check to see
can't-
if you could stop his
Okay.
descent. And that'll do it for half damage if you can.
That is an 18.
Ooh.
Shit.
Okay, so you managed to stop him,
Mhm.
and he'll take half of the damage that he was going to take, and you'll take the other half. So it'll be
Okay.
4 points to you and 4 to him.
Warren gets up, little wobbly. He's got Bob, George, and Mark, the hit points.
Well, I want to thank you tremendously for stopping me. I knew it was at great risk to yourself. Thank you very much. If there's anything else I could do for you, just let me know.
Just let me know if you have another healing potion stashed away.
Well,
And
possibly
Warren kind
have
of
one, but I was kind of keeping it for myself.
Warren just kind of gives him a look.
Here we go.
Just
I wouldn't want to get between you and healing yourself. If only you had a wand of healing.
right.
4 charges.
Warren immediately
You see Flint just like sucking on it like a pixie stick, just the whole way, just taking nips off this thing. Every time he gets a little tired, rubs his eyes, he even kind of stabs himself. Oh,
and for the record, Warren immediately he just flicks the cork off and just guzzles it
chug that.
and gets 7 hit points back.
All right.
Oh shit.
He looks at you kind of licking his own lips. Well, there was that.
And I get up and I will actually formally bow to Nighttail and I will tell him when we started, and I'm sure everyone has had our doubts, but you have proven yourself resourceful and an ally. And I hope for your sake and your tribesmen's sake that we can liberate all of you from a Teparax and a misguided tribe leader.
Well, I would certainly hope for the best. Like I said, I never quite expected the Blood Vow tribe to be such an adversarial tribe. The way it works its way into the machinations of the humans that surround Belheim and whatnot. But if we could do good by this countryside, then perhaps we can all just get along. Agreed. So as I described to Flint, you guys are in a room that's 10 feet from north to south 20 feet from east to west. And in the northwest corner, there's a 4-foot wide passageway that leads north. I need to get my phone because I need to share a picture with you guys.
I hope it's another one of those angry sperm pictures.
It wasn't angry.
He was
They've
happy.
been- So I'm assuming that everybody is still in the same lineup that we're going. Flint,
Yeah.
describe
Flint
for me
will,
what you would like to do.
We'd like to take a few steps because you said it was 10 feet, right? To the
To
cave?
the north.
To the
Like
north?
from north to south, and then from east to west is 20 feet. So you
Okay.
guys are like in the middle, so it's like 10 feet away from you to the north. In the
We would like to
northwest corner.
approach the tunnel way.
Okay.
Before he enters the tunnel way, he would just like to cautiously look for traps and stuff.
Okay.
So
make
he's
your
checking
investigation check
Yeah.
there for me.
So I'm gonna check the floors, check the ceiling, see if there's any tripwires, anything like that. I got an 8.
An 8. As far as you're
Yes.
concerned, it seems like the passageway is clear.
All right,
Everything looks good to go. A-okay.
good to go.
Should have 0 problems.
All right. At that point,
God.
I would assume Stevie has gone off my back, and is
About
probably
that
just-
brake light bulb?
I'm gonna take a step of faith into the tunnel and kind of do one of those. All right, we're good, and then keep going forward. How
Okay.
far is this tunnel that I can see?
Well, from what you can tell, from what you're able to see, is it curves back and forth on itself as it works its way from northwest, northeast, northwest. But you could really only see about 10 feet at a time because the curvature of the tunnel brings it out of your visual alignment. So you actually would have to go forward 10 feet before you could see where it's going towards.
As we're creeping through the tunnel, does Flint get any abnormal odors of what should be inside a normal underground passage area?
No, it seems pretty stale.
Stale, doesn't smell like any of the other rooms of rotting flesh and whatnot.
Make a perception check.
All right, come on, roll good. 18.
18. Now you're only about 10 feet into this tunnel. You really
So-
you don't detect anything. You don't
Okay.
smell anything abnormal.
I'll look back at everyone and, all right, looks like this is the only way through.
Only way out is down.
It's the
Flint,
lighting.
Warren makes an after you gesture to Flint and anyone else who will walk before him.
Okay. Well, Flint's already gone into the tunnel. He's already at the 10-foot mark. And Stubby, are you still behind him, holding on to his little waistline?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I've got one of those like little toddler leashes.
Little backpack, little teddy bear backpack.
Little
little
piggy.
monkey backpack.
What's the lighting like down here?
It's still low light.
Okay, yeah, I'm staying really close to Flint just to see him in front of me.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like all up in his ass cheeks.
That's right. You smell like hot smell? Nope.
So, of course, Nighttail watches as everybody else enters the tunnel, and then he starts to bring up the rear. Flint, as you go past the 10 feet, you notice it curves back towards the northwest, goes for another 10 feet. And then you notice it curves back again. It does this for about 45 feet before opening onto a large cavern. It's 45 feet by 60 feet with a ceiling of 12 feet high and an exit opposite you in the north wall. What's that noise? Anybody else hear that?
Nope.
Hold on.
No.
Is it the voices in your head?
No, it sounded like a record scratch. Anyways, so you notice that the exit is opposite you to the north, and sitting center mass, you see a crude idol, approximately 9 feet tall, 5 feet wide, and it stands in the middle of this cave, and it's decorated with grisly strips of dried viscera, and it glistens crimson and black. I'm going to send you a picture of what the room looks like.
On Discord?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, there's some straight fucking lines.
They invented this thing called a ruler. It does what it's supposed to do. I won't send that back to Amazon. Product worked as described.
5 stars.
5 stars. Product worked
Star
as
review.
described.
10
Everybody
out of
make
10
a
would buy
perception.
again.
Everybody make a perception check. Oh, I like that.
Warren is completely distracted by something and rolls a natural one.
Stabby.
15.
Flint.
Flint 5. He's a little distracted.
Sirkin.
18.
18. Stabby, you and Sirkin, the rest of you guys are clueless. But you guys hear what sounds like wooden boards or something wooden or of the ilk tapping in cadence behind this large statue that's center mass.
Behind the statue?
Yeah, the room itself is, like I said, it's still low lit. After a few moments, you hear this echoing voice in the room. Kind of hisses out and says, I suppose you've made it this far in hopes of being granted audience with Big Chief Rogue has. Let me guess. You were sent to this dirty hole in the ground by that fabrication, a Teparax. And with that, you see this hooded figure begin to walk out from behind the statue, followed by 3 skeletal-looking figures. And as they're walking, that is the noise that you were hearing. I'm going to send you a picture of what this hooded figure looks like. Not looked like.
He looks like a bitch.
Meow.
Meow.
Meow, meow.
That boy needs to cut his
She
nail.
addresses the 5 of you. I advise you to turn back. But then again, I suppose if you've come this far, you have no intention of doing that.
Brian, I would like to try to take in this figure visually and like all of any iconography that is on him and see if I can understand the source of what his power is likely to be. He is, by appearances, a spellcaster of some sort. Is he?
Yes, in fact, the
divine?
first thing you notice is it's not a male. By the soothing voice, you could tell that this individual is a female.
Oh, okay.
She does appear to be cunning. She doesn't have that southern drawl look to her face like you would see amongst the other inbred kobolds.
Mm-hmm.
Seems very cunning. Why don't you go ahead and make some kind of a Arcana check? Yeah, kind of get an idea of what she may be about.
That is a 19.
19. You get a sense about her that she might have the ability to create certain things that would normally be unheard of and very foul. Judging
Okay.
by the amulets that she wears around her neck, the rings that adorn her clawed hands, and even that staff that she carries that has this ornate orb sitting atop of it. You see swirling mists every so often within this orb. But there's never one given time where you see both of her eyes. Whenever she kind of looks towards one side of the group or the other, the hood always seems to cover part of her face, as though she tries to maintain some form of shadow about herself.
And how far away is she?
Where's that picture at, David? She is 35 feet away from you.
Okay. Warren will step forward a few feet towards her, not in necessarily a threatening manner. And he will address her and say, and who is it that we have the pleasure of speaking with? Who is here in this obvious, with this obvious ornamentation of power?
She looks at you and she bows in admiration, and as she does, her skeletons kind of form like a little line next to her. I am Chagrodi of the Hand-Tooth tribe. I serve Vapula, the infernal duke who oversees the treasure of the House of Dis. And it was by the High Order's command that I was sent to this dirty hole in the ground to meet with that blind old bastard, Jackal, and find out why he had been advising Roghaz in such a manner.
And did you fulfill this duty of yours?
Let us just say that Jackal had no problem in relinquishing his station to me. And as for the dire condition of the Bloodvow tribe, I take it personally that we get it back on track. Now, my liege, sire, if I may have your name as well.
I am Warren Belhaim, cousin to Tula Belhaim, the original countess.
That is impossible. How is that
And
even
yet-
possible?
Here I am, the slayer of Eteparax.
She's
And
going
I
to
wouldn't-
make an insight to you. She's totally enamored by what you're saying, that she can't ascertain what may be fabrication or what may be truth.
And with that, I say, I believe you have much more to reveal to us, and I'll make a simple gesture. And with my few steps forward, I would have liked to have placed myself 25 feet away from her. And behind her, with my gesture, will manifest a mage hand that I will then pull her hood back.
Her hood comes back. What's that?
Is that like a pimp hand?
She's got a strong
Only,
mage hand.
only,
strong hand.
only when it smacks you.
You didn't say the magic word.
Now, and I will actually, when I say that, launch an eldritch bolt at her.
Now that's the pimp.
Make your roll.
Oh! Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, yes.
A 1?
Hard 20.
Oh. Roll your damage. Dog.
Oh, this is going to be delightful.
Dude, she just took a shot to the face.
That is 15 points of force damage and an additional 2 points of fire damage.
Don't you get a crit? Does that include your critical though, too?
That's my crit.
Okay.
I didn't roll spectacularly for my crit, but that's still a pretty beefy hit.
Very well done. And I think we should roll some initiative at that.
Dude, what a way to kick off the freaking combat tonight.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I know, right?
Speaking of which, for my initiative, the hard 20.
Of course.
Of course, Nightail rolled a 1.
He just wasn't expecting me to, throw out the pimp hand. So
Yeah, too bad Nighttail's not a halfling. He can re-roll that.
No,
Right.
he is not. Warren, what do you got?
I have a 19, so I'm still not doing too bad.
Stubby,
17.
Sirkin,
5.
Flint.
It rolled well, 19, but puts him at an 18.
I don't know how that works.
I rolled a 19. I got a -1 initiative.
All right.
We need to, fix that.
I got some handicaps.
Flint. Oh no, Nightail's going last. Sirkin and who's this? Stubby. Okay. She looks at you and says, "Well, I'm very impressed with what you've been able to do. And allow me to reciprocate." She generates these 3 balls in front of her, and you see them swirling with the form of lightning as they blast out across you, at you. 18.
That will hit.
That will hit as these chromatic orbs hit you succinctly for 12 points of damage.
And Warren goes down.
I shall love to study you. Warren, make your death save.
Where is? Oh,
Can he throw that? Can he throw up that health potion? Like,
oh no, that health
Regurgitated?
gone. That is 1 failure.
Oh no. Flint.
Flint's gonna try to. Damn. How far? We're right next to each other at this
You
point.
guys are
right?
like all on a line. Well, actually, no, because Warren moved forward 25
Yeah,
feet. Right?
No. I moved forward like 10 feet because
Hmm.
she was 25. She was 35 feet away.
All right. At that
So
point,
he's
Flint,
10 feet away from you.
Flint is going to move up to Warren. Shield. Now, did we say the wand can heal him out of his death saving throws, or do I have to
So
stabilize him?
in 5e, you don't go negative hit points unless you take damage, I think, equal to more than your con save. So if you heal me, I start at 0 and then go up.
Okay. Because I think that's how we did it last time. We brought, what was it, Stubby? No, it was Sirkin.
All right. We'll heal your boy.
All right, moving up, healing him. That's D6, right?
I thought it was 2d4.
2d4.
2D4. That's going to be 5 points of healing.
And Warren is up.
All right.
He's conscious.
Shake it off. Stubby. The gauntlet's been thrown down. He's going to stay back. Hide.
I'm gonna get into this shit. All right, so I'm going to attempt to attack this chick, this bitch, whatever we want to call her. I've got daggers in both hands,
Okay.
so we'll do first dagger.
Are you
Roll the
throwing the dagger?
No, I'm taking my movement action first to close ground or distance.
She's 35 feet away from you.
I'm gonna have to throw it then. I'm gonna have
Okay.
to throw the first one.
Okay.
I rolled a 19
That'll hit.
and 7 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take my cunning action and I'm going to attempt a hide behind this pillar.
Okay.
How far is she from that pillar?
She's right in front of it.
Okay.
Now it's in the middle of the room though. You
Yeah.
guys came in from the south.
Mhm.
So, where are you gonna hide?
By that pillar.
It's 35 feet away from you.
I'm not going to be able to then.
Yeah, you guys are still at the bottom of the room. It's in the middle of the room.
Okay. Say again. How many feet is she from me?
35 feet.
35 feet. I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Sirkin.
At that point, Sirkin's going to pull out his longbow and try to shoot an arrow in her direction. That is a 16.
Strikes the statue right behind her, right beside her.
And is going to stay right where he is.
Okay. The three skeletons begin to move forward their full distance and stop just short of you guys. Actually, they'll move forward 15 feet and stop. They're not going to go the full distance. Nighttail, seeing everything going on, chugs a potion and disappears.
Ah, he was holding out.
You see him go fade out. Shiguri looks at you, Flint, and says, "You should have left him where he was at. He would have done me more good than you. And I need you to make a Constitution save," as she gestures towards you.
Come on. Oh, perfect. 22.
22. You feel a sense of milkiness begin to cover your eyes, and you shake your head, and your vision starts to clear up and get clear again. She moves 10 feet towards the east. Warren.
Are the skeletons, so I was 10 feet up from the party, are the skeletons adjacent to me?
They went a little further than where, well, let's see. She was 35 feet, so they were 35 feet, so they moved down to 20. You moved up, so they're 10 feet away from you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So I spend half my movement to stand up from prone. I'm going to use 10 feet to move back against the wall. And then I'm going to throw another Eldritch Blast at her.
That hurt? Okay.
Oh, so close. I rolled a 19, which got me a 24 to hit.
You got it.
I mean, so close to another hard 20.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's a pretty good roll.
That is, however, a ghetto crit. So she takes 13 points of force damage and another 2 points of fire damage.
You should pay for that. Belhaim. Flint.
Being a little closer in the room, can you make a quick perception or investigate to see if he can make out what that statue is in the middle of the room?
Sure.
Investigation or perception?
Make an investigation. Because I've already kind of described what it looked like.
10.
10. It still just looks like a humanoid figure that has all these this dried viscera draped all about it. It's kind of like got a T stance going to it, and it's just got this sheen of crimson and black. Almost looks as though it's been bathed in blood, and as the blood is dried, it's gone black, and it's been rebathed in blood again and again.
Okay.
But you really can't make out what the statue is of.
Okay. Can I history to see if it's similar to the straw dolls that they were making in the cave earlier when we first
Sure.
entered?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm looking for.
Because they were so
Sim-
lifelike.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's still suffering from whatever messed up his vision originally with the 5.
Yeah, you can't tell. I mean, it looks just as filthy as those disgusting little things that those poor entrapped individuals were making.
All right. At that point, he's going to have. I forgot her name. Sorry. The wizard lady.
Shiguri?
Shiguri, make a dex save as he's going to cast Sacred Flame.
Sure. 1.
1. So
1.
that's a fail. So she is also going to take just 1
Ugh.
point of radiant damage. Oh my god.
I need to give you a little bit of luck there.
Stabi.
Yeah.
You
Now,
move
from
10
where she is now, she is like well, how far away is she from you now, from where you were at?
She moved to the
You moved to the east,
east, right? And
almost
we were-
close to the wall, so that kind of puts her at about 45 feet from you guys, from where you are, Stabi.
and I still can't see very far.
It's low light, so
What's my distance at low light vision wise?
It's a good one.
I don't
I'm not
know.
sure. Shitty?
where's my book? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just curious of what low light is for.
We'll say if you're going to try to make a ranged attack, just do it with disadvantage until we research this.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to my bow, my short bow, and I will roll disadvantage, and that is going to be a 10.
You hear the shaft strike the wall somewhere. You don't know if it's close to her or how close it is. Splinters off into the night sky. Circin. Oh, I'm sorry. What else did you want to do?
Hold on. I want to attempt my cunning action towards that altar
Okay.
and stealth by it.
Now, to get to the altar, you're going to have to pass those 3 skeletons.
Well, so can I make a suggestion there,
Please.
Debbie? So you haven't moved yet, correct?
No, I'm in the same position.
Okay, so you can move up to the skeleton and use your cunning action to disengage, and then use the rest of your movement to get up near the statue, and that will prevent them from having an attack of opportunity to you.
The skeletons target Warren.
So what you're saying is move to the skeletons, use my movement action, then disengage with my cunning.
So don't think of your movement as a movement action. Think of your movement as an allotted amount of squares you can move. So unlike Pathfinder and unlike 3.5, when you can move, attack, and move.
No, I know that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I haven't used my movement action. I've used my attack action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. I get
Okay.
exactly what you're saying. So
Okay.
I will take his advice and move to the skeletons. Then I will attempt my I'll take my cunning action of disengage,
Okay.
and then attempt a stealth by the altar or temple or whatever it is.
I think it's just a continuation of your movement, though. I don't think it's stealth up to the altar. 'Cause
Yeah,
you don't get
it's
the
a-
stealth on top of the cunning action.
No, I'm basically I disengage at the skeletons at that point. I don't get to use my cunning action at that point
Or your stealth.
or my stealth.
You're like parkouring around.
Yeah. So you're-
Yeah. Parkour.
Okay, so you're
Parkour.
over by the statue at this point then.
Yes.
Sirkin, you're still back there by the entrance.
Yep. Sirkin will try again to try to hit Sigora with the longbow. Shigori, whatever.
Goody. It's my sugary.
The kobold that is about to be dead.
Yeah, so that's a 22.
Jeez.
She's going to take 8 points of piercing damage.
Do you have low light vision? You have low
She
vision?
needs an elf, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have dark vision.
You see that her condition looks very dire.
Okay. And then after that, I'm going to join Warren and Flint. Just like stand right next to them.
Okay. The 3 skeletons now have 3 targets. First one raises this rusted scimitar at you, Warren. And that will miss. Flint at you. I believe that one may actually hit. Is it 17?
17 will hit.
17 will hit. For 2 points of damage. And the third one at you, Sirkin. And misses you as well. Over by Chiguri, you see this individual shimmer back and strike down with his spear from a power stance. With a 19, which makes it 25 for Nighttail. And does 4 points of damage.
Wish we
Warren.
could have seen his approach.
Actually, I'm sorry, it's her turn. She looks at at Nighttail, who has just materialized in front of her, and casts this gout of flame at him. And he needs to make a dex save. And fails miserably. Where's all my D10s at? For 8 points of damage as you see him just get blasted with this heat. Warren.
Do I have space behind me to step away from this skeleton?
You do.
Okay. The skeleton may make an attack of opportunity as I move 5 feet away from it.
Okay. You can't disengage from him? For
I
5
can,
feet?
but I still want my action.
Oh, okay. He feebly misses you with this scimitar.
Excellent. I am back 5 feet away, which means that I am not in melee range as I'm about to make a ranged attack.
Oh, I knew
And-
you would.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, because you know what my target is.
Let's see it.
Let's see it.
Come on, babe.
Not a hard 20. That is a 19 total to hit.
Oh.
However, that was kind of ass for damage. That is only 9 points of force damage and another 2 points of fire damage.
Describe for me how you wipe out Chiguri.
So Warren takes a step back from the skeleton and he gathers his eldritch energy to throw it at this horrid, evil example of a spellcaster, and he says, "You belong with your bony minions here." And he just launches it at her, and she just impacts the wall next to her and then falls over in a heap.
He does fall over in this heap. And I don't know if it's to your surprise or not, but the skeletons remain engaged in combat. Flint.
Flint is going to get revenge and attack the skeleton that hit him. He's going to take out his mace and attack for 14 to hit.
14 will hit.
All right. Come on, roll better damage. For 4 points of damage.
Very good. Do you want to move anywhere? You want to stay there?
I'm going to stay in combat with this guy.
Stabi.
How far am I from the skeletons? I'm only a few feet, like within 5 or 10 feet, right?
No, you're 15 feet away from them.
Okay.
Because that's how far up they moved
Oh, that's
to
right.
engage your boys.
Okay. I'm going to attack at least one of the skeletons or attempt with my short bow.
Okay. Which one? There's 3 of them.
The one that's engaged with Warren.
Okay.
So I rolled a 1, but halfling luck allows me to re-roll.
You milk that for all it's worth.
Might as well.
Said- so here's my question for you: is that worth the lack of dark vision?
Here's the deal. I'm not very good at playing a rogue right now, but
No way.
I know a halfling. What was that?
I didn't say
I
that.
didn't hear that.
I didn't say anything.
I guess I'll have to wait for the replay.
I'll edit it. Tick, tick.
I rolled a 17 on my second roll,
Good job. Give me some damage.
and that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
Dang. Good job. Sirkin.
Sirkin is going to drop his longbow and pull out his longsword and try to attack the skeleton that is directly in front of him. Let's see. It's going to be a 19.
You guys are rolling very good tonight.
I know, surprisingly.
Holy shit. I could barely get anything off.
And for 6 points of damage.
All right. Well, Sirkin, he sees you and he's going to come back at you.
Yep,
For 17,
that'll hit.
for 3 points of damage. Flint, same one's going to attack you. 17 also.
Hits.
3 points of damage. And the one move that you were engaged with, Warren, moves up towards you again. Oh, with a 19 on the die.
I would like to have you re-roll that.
That means I got to re-roll the damage too. 15?
15 will miss.
Oh,
Clank.
shit.
It
Oh,
clanks.
fuck.
It
Nice.
clanks off of my mage
Oh,
armor.
man. Spends the gold to bloom. Good job. Well played.
I should have had her re-roll that in the beginning, but I was just so
Oh, yeah.
caught up in the moment.
Yeah, well, that would have been awesome. So, Nighttail is just basically leaning against the wall, trying to catch his breath. Warren, you're back to the top of the queue.
Okay. I've just got this skeleton right in front of me.
That's it.
Is there another skeleton that's up that's within 5 feet of it?
No, because when you broke away from the line, he followed
worries.
you forward.
I just wasn't sure if one of the other skeletons was nearby.
Those two
Um,
are 5 feet of each other, but this one's like 10 feet away. However far you moved is how far they went. He went.
Okay.
with you.
Okay. I am. You know what? He can take another attack of opportunity. I'm gonna step back again.
Correct. 15 again.
Okay, misses, and then he's getting an Eldritch Blast right in the skull. That's a 16 to hit.
That's going to hit.
40 points of force damage.
80 points of fire damage. Let's
No,
put a
actually, that
couple
was-
other fucking-
And I'm fine with this finally being like a crap damage roll that was 6 points of force damage and another 2 points of fire.
So it explodes, and its pieces catch fire as they shell across the room.
Like I kind of imagine like Flint's engaged with his, Sirkin's engaged with another one. And like little flaming pieces of bone go flying in
Yes.
front of them.
Little meteors going by. Flint.
Flint winding up for the strike. Going with the mace again. Oh, fuck. 8 to hit.
No, not at this table.
He gets a little distracted by that one skeleton that just bursted in flames.
You want to leave? You want to move away from him?
No, I'm good. With my health, no.
Stabi.
One skeleton left, right?
2.
Two. Okay, I'm gonna shoot at the same one that was closest to Warren. I think that one's still up.
Nope.
Nope.
Gone.
Oh, that one's blown up.
He is gone. Okay. Well, I'll attack the next closest one. Hard 20. Rolled a 25 with my plus.
Yeah. And I think this is the one that Sirkin is actually battling.
Okay, here we go. He's going to, with my crit damage, he's going to take 12 points of piercing damage.
Actually, he's adjacent to another enemy. You get sneak attack on top of that.
So it's another D6.
2d6.
No, why 2D6?
You crit.
Crits are 1d6 though, are they not?
They're straight
They
up
are.
6 points. That's
Okay.
max damage.
All right, 2d6. That is going to be another 6 points of damage.
Okay. And you
So
just
total of 18.
totally decimate this skeleton, whatever's left of him. You want to do anything else? Roll, duck, hide.
Parkour.
Yeah, parkour. I'm going to attempt this. I'm going to hide behind that, or at least attempt. 16 behind the idol.
So brave of you. Nobody hides as bravely as you do. Sirkin,
Well, hold on. Do I hide?
you got more?
Oh, I
What are you gonna bury your head in the sand too as a free action?
rolled a 16.
Good to go.
Okay.
I'll roll it. He's you're good. Sirkin.
Okay, now that the skeleton in front of Sirkin is obliterated,
Totally
he's
blessed.
gonna turn his attention to the one in front of Flint and try to attack that skeleton with his long sword. See that 13.
Miss.
Oof. Okay, and he'll stay there.
Okay, well he's got 2 targets now. 1, 2, 3 for Flint. Flint, you're lucky bastard tonight. 12.
12 hits.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Finally, 4 points of damage as he
Oof.
brings his scimitar down on your holiness. Did I drop you?
Nope. Getting close.
You just got that wand just enema
Dude,
up
I'm
in
like
ya.
sucking on it.
Just-
Hitting that one.
what do we got
Like-
here? Warren.
I mean, there's one target left. What do you think I'm going to do to it?
Watch it go down. Just kick back.
Oh, actually, this might miss. That was a 13 to hit.
That will miss. Holy
Okay.
shit.
I can't, guys. I'm only so awesome. I only
can only
kick
do so much.
much ass.
Flint.
Me again, huh?
It's you again? Not a lot
All
of people
right.
on this pole over here.
Again with my mace. 17 to hit.
That's gonna do it.
All right. Let's see if I can finish this guy off. 5 points of damage.
You know you didn't.
I know.
You should get out of
I
there.
can't be awesome.
You should get out of there.
Dude, your healing is awesome.
Stabi.
Even if you have to rely on toys for gratification there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to attack with my short bow.
Okay.
It's going to be a 19.
That's gonna do it.
Okay. That's going to do 9 points of piercing damage.
Ugh.
I also get sneak attack. 'Cause and I get to roll that with advantage.
You have to roll sneak attack with advantage?
You don't
What?
just roll another d6.
Yeah,
Sneak
sorry.
attack is just extra damage.
Yeah, just another d6.
No, a sneak attack though will give you your rolls are with advantage.
What rolls?
Oh, the attack rolls. Got it.
Oh,
Attack
okay.
rolls.
I see.
But in this case, I
Hawaiian
don't need
rolls.
to. So that is going to be another 1 point of damage.
Well, that's enough, though, as you annihilate the final skeleton.
Flint just looks around. You could have just let me have one.
The room gets quiet. Everyone breathing heavy except
will-
Warren.
Oh, Warren's breathing heavy. Warren got dropped. I will.
Bad habit.
Right. I will go over to Nighttail and make sure he's still among the living.
I'm still with you. I just need a moment.
Of
It might
course.
take me a little while to recuperate here.
We can certainly take a few. While he's recuperating, I will take a look at this idol and see what I can glean from it. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to the corpse of this like horrid spellcaster. Warren just stands above her and looks down and just like in like this visage of utter distaste and say, there are ways to cheat power, but power of the grave is the worst. And then I promptly loot her corpse.
And all you see are these gaudy gold rings and stuff.
Okay. Is there anything of magic on her?
She does seem to have something. She
Mhm.
seems to have 3 small little vials in her satchel on her side.
Okay.
Obviously, she has some form of armor about her and her cloak. You see that on her is also a spell component pouch.
Mm-hmm.
You see an unholy looking symbol, most likely of the Lord she said that she worshipped. It appears to be made of gold,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Warren will take the symbol off of her
Okay.
and place it on the ground, and then he blasts it.
Okay, as you blast it, you see more like feel a rumble in the ground as one of the arms of the statue just breaks off and falls on the ground. But the room remains silent. Nothing else going on.
Okay. And then I will remove the vials, and take a seat and take a few minutes and see if I can identify them.
Okay. But make an Arcana check.
That is an 18.
18. These look like the same kind of vials that you've been chugging from Nighttail that you keep trying to take from him. Like the last one that you muscled away from him in his most dire need. They look like more potions of curing.
Potions
Of healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will once I'm reasonably certain that that is what they are, I will step over to Nighttail and I will hand him a vial.
With shaking hands, he just chugs it back for 8 points.
See, goodwill is paid back, and I hand him
Well, I
one
certainly appreciate that as well.
one more vial.
Ah.
The other one I am going to drink right away myself. Or actually, hold on, wait. Flint is super damaged, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really, really sorry.
You
I'm gonna
look
retcon
horrible,
that.
Flint. If
Just
only
kicking
you
it back.
had some kind of way to heal yourself.
Right. Well, he does have his wand, but I mean, anyways, I'm sorry. I don't give another vial to Nighttail. I'm going to give a vial to Flint, and then I'm going to drink the other one myself.
Yeah, I feel rather sad now. Flint, go ahead and chug your potion.
Will.
It tastes like warm piss.
He's gonna thank Warren.
And Warren also heals 7 hit points.
So it
6
remains quiet in the room. You've managed to loot this poor elderly woman of her social
And I
security.
I will like kick her in the ribs while she is down.
Oh,
She
geez. The
deserves
other
it.
arm breaks off the statue.
I look at the others and see where everyone else is.
I'm licking my wounds right now, but
Is that what you
I'm-
call that?
I wanted to see. I want to check out that idol again, because now that it looks a little different.
Okay.
I mean, what caused the break on the idol?
Make an insight check.
18.
It was probably the blasphemous way that Warren treated the idol.
The medallion, because Warren,
Yes.
you believe in the medallion, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What I would assume is her holy symbol or unholy symbol, as it were.
Holy symbol.
Yes.
All right. I take it everyone saw that when that happened then. When it,
I'm assuming. I mean,
Yeah.
Stubby's still hiding in the shadow of it. So
I killed 2 fucking skeletons.
did you really?
Yes.
Must have been highly warmed up.
fucking Gray came out with a grenade.
Dude, that parkour paid off.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything at the
behind-
base of this statue?
Just dried entrails and stuff of that nature.
Okay.
It almost looks like some kind of perversion worshipping to this statue.
But no writing or any hieroglyphs or anything on it?
No.
No? Okay.
There's nothing to identify what the statue might be the representation of what they're worshiping or trying, whether or not they're worshiping, they're trying to gather power from, or at least she was.
Well, she said that she worshipped Vapula.
Is that a name that either Flint or I, or well, Sirkin or Stabby recognize?
All she mentioned was that he was the Infernal Duke, and I think that Jacol had mentioned the same thing, that it had begun to seep into the Blood Vow tribe at one point.
Okay. Just out of curiosity. So Warren actually speaks Infernal.
Okay.
Is that like a name that holds some meaning?
He would know that this Infernal Duke oversees the treasure of the House of Dis. You would have to do some historical reference
Studying.
to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I believe it has something to do with gosh darn it, I wish I could remember the
The lore?
yeah, he was actually the individual that was looking for the Carrion Crown. And I honestly, I feel ashamed that I can't remember that name, but I will get that name for you next week. Because it's actually part of the whole lore. And I would love for you guys to have it, especially for you, Warren, to know what that is in regards to. I keep wanting to say a Sararak, but that's a D&D lore, but I can't remember what this dude's name was. And he basically runs through like Rise of the Rune Lords. I think he's in the Shattered Star. He's in the obviously the Carrion Crown, and I think another one as well. But
It's like boss level across
yeah,
all
he's
kinds
a
of,
pretty bad Mamba Jamba. So, anyways, until next time.
Mhm.
All right.
Good job, guys. Way to kill my fucking minions.
And
You
everyone was
know,
rolling decent.
you realize that the moment she stepped out and blocked us, what was going to happen?
I knew you were going to do something. You're just delicious that way. You just don't even want to talk to people anymore. That's what it means.